tempting, aren't they? We know we like these things, but why? Why do we feel satisfied eating them? Food can become addictive. It affects some of us so badly we simply can't stop eating. Why we do this interests Dr. Patricia Lozzo and her colleagues of the EU-funded research project NeuroFast at the Institute of Clinical Physiology in Pisa, Italy.
There is no specific substance we have identified, a kind of ingredient in the food. In most people who show addictive behavior, that could be held responsible. A comparison with addictive substances can't be made in our case, so strictly speaking, we cannot speak of a typical addiction.
The reaction of volunteers is observed when chocolate is dropped into their mouths and they're shown pictures of food. As this happens, their brain response is monitored.
We noticed that in some patients who showed an addiction profile, the response was reduced. It seems they experience less pleasure and that the front part of the brain is less capable of controlling what is happening. It seems with some patients our theory has been validated. It's been shown that some people need more stimulus for the same kind of brain activity.
One approach is to make the attractive food healthier. That's the goal of the European research project Pleasure. At OnIris in Nantes, France, researchers are striving to find ways of reducing the amount of salt, fat and sugar in pizza, while maintaining the food's appeal and avoiding substitutes in the processing. Alain Lebeil, specialist in food science and processing, is coordinating the project.
We're
looking at technology that reduces the amount of salt distributed throughout the dough. We dredge it with salt grains that are protected and yet still give the perception of a salty taste when you bite. By the end of 2020, the EU plans to reduce salt in ready-made meals by 30%. All the modified food products are being intensively tested. An artificial masticator allows researchers to imitate saliva flow and chewing movements. It gives reliable data about texture and sensual impression of the products. Those are then compared with perception tests held with the volunteers.
The
project can also contribute to modifying or reducing the quantity of sugar, salt or fat consumed, while providing the sensation of well-balanced, tasty food that's acceptable to the consumer. If the food industry is ready to do its bit for healthier living, the new recipes could help a lot in fighting obesity in the future.